that there's some science that vaccine passports would end the pandemic. Is there any science that actually backs that up?
So the question on these vaccine passports is, okay, our view from the beginning on vaccine, we want to make it available to all, but we want to mandate it for none, because I don't know your circumstances. You have to make decisions. For example, we were the first state to go into nursing homes with vaccines, and we had strike teams prior to CVS and Walgreens being ready to do it. And the reason why we did that was these are the most vulnerable folks to COVID, are these nursing home residents. They're elderly, they have a lot of comorbidities generally, and so we wanted to get them that vaccine to be able to obviously protect them, but then liberate them to have a more normal existence so they're not always concerned about COVID. So we went in, did it. Many of these seniors were so happy, people were crying, but you know what? There were some that just didn't want to take it. That was their decision, and my view is let's make it available, let's provide it, but ultimately it's the individual's decision. And so the flip side of that is you shouldn't be penalized and not be able to participate in society because you've made a good choice. People have recovered from COVID and do have immunity, and that's not recognized when you start talking about doing some of these mandates. It's very unscientific. I mean, the science would say that if you've recovered from COVID, you've got immunity, and it's proven to be pretty doggone durable. There was a study just out of Israel that was really, really strong in terms of this. And so you can understand if somebody has recovered, why they may make. There's other people. One of the ladies that we helped with this, she had a medical condition, so she wasn't really a good candidate for some of the mRNA vaccines. Why should we second guess that and impose a mandate on her or not let her go to a restaurant or some of these other things? And then I think also just the theory behind some of the vaccine passports was that the vaccines would provide sterilizing immunity, kind of like an MMR vaccine. Well, we're obviously seeing that's not true. I mean, the protection is really against severe illness. You do have people that are getting infected who are vaccinated. That is not rare. That has actually been pretty common, and I think you're going to continue to see it become more and more common. So the idea that, because they said, there were some said if 50% of adults were vaccinated, you wouldn't see any waves. Well, in Florida, if you combine the 18 and over with the people that have recovered from COVID, you're well over 70%. You're almost 90% of seniors. You're over 82, 83% of people 50 and up just on vaccination. Then you add the people that are there. So clearly, it's not producing that type of herd immunity that we had hoped for, because the hope was if enough people got vaccinated, then it would not, it would kind of fade into the background. Israel is one of the most vaccinated places on earth, and they're having a big surge this summer as well. Some of our I was just in the villages in Sumter County, very high vaccination rate, very elderly population, and they've had a wave. So that's just what the science is telling us, what the data is telling us.